Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Farmer School of Business Academic College Welcome. My name is Allison Berger de Bellis. We are going to wait just a few minutes to go ahead and get started and let some more people come on in to the presentation, and we will go ahead and get started soon. Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning again. My name is Allison Burgo de Bellis, and I am an academic advisor in the Farmer School of Business. Welcome today to our Academic College Welcome. We are so excited to have you here and incredibly excited to welcome the class of 2024. So as I mentioned before, I am an academic advisor here in the Farmer School. So I work with students to help plan out their classes, their career goals, their study abroad experiences, and kind of all of the above. This is also one of my favorite parts of the position is welcoming new students and talking with you. I am a Miami grad myself, so I completely understand all of your excitement with starting at Miami. And again, I'm incredibly happy to be welcoming you here today. So today for our academic college welcome, we've invited a few members of the Farmer School of Business community to talk with you today about their experiences, what they're excited about for the upcoming semester. So in order to get started, I would like to warmly welcome our new dean, Dr. Jenny Derrick here to chat with you for a little bit. So hi, Jenny.
Good morning. Welcome, Farmer School students. I'm Dean Jenny Derrick. I started on the 1st of July. I came from California and originally from New Zealand. You're listening to a New Zealand accent. So my journey to Farmer has been interesting. And as I said, I started on the 1st of July, but I didn't move to Oxford until about July 26th. So it's been lovely for me to watch the students arrive over the last week and really start to get a feel for what this town is all about. And it's quite spectacular. I did come from the BMV this morning and I did register my car and get a driver's license. So that was a whole experience in and of itself. We've been preparing for this fall semester, obviously through summer. And what's really impressed me is how much the faculty and staff have been working with your interests at heart. You know, we're in an unusual time with COVID, and I've been incredibly impressed just watching people make changes to their syllabi, to the curriculum, and to be fair, introducing things that will make it a better experience than it might have even been a year ago. It's been quite remarkable to watch. So as first year students, you're embarking on your journey. You've trusted us for the next 4 years to help you grow as a leader and grow and provide different opportunities for yourself. We're going to have a lot of stories being posted on Instagram, so pay attention over the next few weeks and just watch what's going on. There's some great social media activity going on too. And I do know, I speak for all of us, that we could not be happier to welcome you on campus, to let you feel who we are as a school and what we offer you. and as we partner with you over the next 4 years to help you grow as both scholars and leaders. So my very, very best wishes for you, and I wish you nothing but the best this semester and for the next few years that you're with us. And good luck and thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And again, as Dean Derrick said, she started on July 1st. And so we are so excited to have you here with us in the Farmer School. Our next speaker is going to be Dr. Jim Friedman. Jim Friedman will introduce himself, but he is from the entrepreneurship department. And I have the great joy of working with Jim very closely. And so I'm very excited to hear what he has to say and to welcome you to the Farmer School.
Thank you, Allison. For those of you who had visions of what college was going to look like, I'm sure it didn't have anything to do with sitting at home again, just looking like your senior year of high school, staring at a computer screen. It's kind of the same with us on the faculty. It's a very different experience talking to you and not being able to see you. I'm so glad to be able to look at Madeline and Alex, because you're the A students right now in this presentation. But we are from the Institute, the Department of Entrepreneurship. We became a department just last month. We're very excited. Entrepreneurship is one of the 7 departments in the Farmer School of Business, and we are really excited to have you in our classes. And we will have you in our classes because every student who comes to the Farmer School of Business in their first year will take an entrepreneurship class. Let me tell you a little bit about entrepreneurship. The most important thing you need to know about entrepreneurship is we are not here to teach you to be entrepreneurs, because most people believe that being an entrepreneur means I have to open my own business. It's not what entrepreneurship is about. Entrepreneurship is a mindset. It's about a way of thinking. We want to make you entrepreneurial no matter what your major happens to be, whether it's finance or accountancy or management. Thinking in a more entrepreneurial way will make you better at whatever your goals are. So we in the Institute of Entrepreneurship, in the department, we don't really look like a lot of the other classes. Most of our classes look more like this. We don't really specialize in having you sit around, watch somebody speak, and take exams. We're very bad at that. We are a lot of hands-on work. And hopefully, you'll take advantage of that in all of your classes in order to make it a much more hands-on, active experience. This is a class in Farmer. This is one of the entrepreneurship classes because we take them off campus all the time. This is our class down in Cincinnati at the Brandery. I take my class every year to San Francisco. My entire class gets on a plane, goes to San Francisco, and we take classes walking around, visiting different businesses and that sort of thing. This is my class in the basement of Disney, learning creativity and innovation from the Disney Imagineers. So getting into college is not necessarily just advanced high school. It's really learning in a different way. Like this guy, who is an entrepreneurship student, but he was also a medical student. And Michael had this idea that he could take this thing he had learned about at NASA and he could weave it into clothes, and he could essentially go to the top of a mountain wearing a t-shirt if he could make it work. And ultimately he has. This jacket on the inside is 78 degrees. On the outside, it's negative 322. If that were to touch your skin would literally break off. So these are the kinds of things we talk about, just looking for new ways to do things. I am licensed, this is my creative license, to teach creativity in the Farmer School of Business, which I think of a lot like kindergarten for college students. It's a lot of fun, but it's really important learning. And this is kind of the class that you guys are going to be taking in your first year in Farmer. It's ESP 103. And ESP 103 is to deal with creativity as a mindset, a tool set, and a skill set. Now, a lot of you think I'm not creative, and that's because you believe that creativity is about art making. I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't write. That's not important. But can you think? And can you think on a different level? My favorite story is about this guy. His name is George Land, man with the most incredible eyebrows on the planet. And George Land was responsible for hiring the PhDs who were going for NASA, who were going to send the spaceship to the moon, land on the moon, and be able to take off and come home. And this is important to you, not because you're going to be NASA space engineers, but because no matter what your job, no matter what your business, no matter what your career, at some point you are going to be asked to do something that's never been done before. That's critical. That's why we go to college, to figure out how to make sure that when our businesses begin to struggle, that we can figure out a different way. That's never been so clear as during COVID, where companies are forced to readjust and retool and replan, and many are going out of business because they don't think entrepreneurially. So George Land wanted to make sure he could find people who could think differently. And so he decided that he was going to give a test of creativity to everybody who was interviewing for the job. But he also gave that same creative genius test to a whole bunch of 5-year-olds. So he gives the test to the 5-year-olds and the PhDs, but the 5-year-olds scored in the 98% genius level. And this was very unexpected. George Land did not expect that. So he followed those 1,600 5-year-olds for 5 years, and he retested them when they were 10, gave them the exact same test. And at 10 years old, those same 1,600 scored at a 32% genius level. They had lost that much creativity. So he did it again when they were 15. And this time they scored at 10% genius level. This was an amazing discovery. Those PhDs, and to this day, pretty much all adults score in the 2% genius level. And what George Land discovered, and what we know at the Farmer School of Business, is that creativity is not inherited, it is not learned, it is unlearned. And it's taught out of you in high school and through grade school and in your life. You learn not to take risks and not to take chances and not how to deal with ambiguity. And we're going to take care of that at the Farmer School of Business and give you all kinds of opportunities to fix that. The trajectory, that's your creativity. And interestingly enough, it follows two things. Number one, the number of times you laugh. Entrepreneurship, we make sure you laugh a lot in class, and the number of questions you ask. So make sure that you're always asking questions, having a little bit of fun, and that will enhance your creativity. So why creativity? Why do we think this is so important at Farmer? First and foremost, there was a study, and the study looked at what businesses were saying they wanted most from college graduates. What do we want when you are coming out of college? And the number one thing around the world was, we want people who can think differently. We want people who can think creative. So we asked ourselves one question. In the entrepreneurship department, we ask all of our faculty to answer this question: what can we do to make businesses fight over our students on graduation day? We're not talking about, we just want you to make sure that you have a job offer. We want them fighting over you. And so we make sure that you have lots of hands-on opportunities and paid internships um, taking care of the things that you're going to need to do. But first, you guys got to get through your freshman first semester. And your freshman first semester is not going to look like the rest of your college world's going to look. One of the hands-on things that I wanted to tell you about, and you can do this as freshmen, is that we have a startup weekend, and we're going to do it differently than ever because we're going to do it virtually. And you can get your first credit. You can sign up now. It's ESP 102. It's October 23rd. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You put on a team. You create your own businesses. You work as a group. It's a great experience. And that jacket that I showed you, that they're now making millions of dollars on, that was created at Startup Weekend in the Farmer School of Business. So let's talk about your first semester. How are you going to crush your COVID semester? And that's going to be a really important question because you've got a decision to make. Everything you do here this semester is going to make a statement. Everything you do, are you going to come to Farmer and establish yourself as a business rock star, as a student rock star? Are you going to step up? First thing, show up to every class. I know that that's tough. So I know a lot of you have the 8:30 classes. I know that sometimes you're up studying late, but showing up to class makes a huge statement. Show up to every class ready. Have questions, have read the material, have some thoughts, be ready to speak up, and show up to every class early. Professors will turn the cameras on, and that's a great time for you to have conversations. It seems as if every time I walk into a classroom, before it begins, there's everybody all by themselves, staring at their phone, texting somebody else, reading something else. College is an opportunity to engage in person with the other students around you and with your faculty. This is really important. Learn to speak up in virtual meetings. Keep your hand next to the mute button so that you can unmute and ask a question. You can answer something to show that you are there and ready to speak. Take advantage of office hours, even virtual office hours. Getting to know your professors is a great thing because professors are oftentimes the first ones to learn about opportunities. And they generally will give those opportunities to students who express an interest, students who happen to be walking down to their office. Connect with your professors. And finally, join. College is not just about the classes. College is very much about the co-curriculars. And the Farmer School of Business has great co-curriculars for every interest, run by students that give you hands-on opportunities. There is nobody when you graduate who really is going to care that much about your GPA. They're going to want to know what leadership positions you've had, what experiences you've had, what you've learned and how you've grown, how you've tackled adversity and come out better for it. It is a very, very exciting thing that you're about to do. I value what you're taking on. It's a very difficult time, but nobody really ever gets noticed during the easy times. We're having some tough times, and this is the time to shine. This is the time for you to make the decision that you are going to be a rock star at the Farmer School of Business. You can do it. Professors are here to help. It's really been a pleasure to electronically meet you. I hope that I have a chance to meet you in my classes. My name is Jim Friedman. I teach creativity in the Farmer School of Business. Some of you are already signed up for my ESP 101 class, which is all virtual with 300 students in it. I'm very excited about that. But then I have 252, 351. And if you're interested, let's talk about taking you to San Francisco when you become one of the Farmer School of Business rock stars. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck to you in your first semester. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you so much for talking with us about that. Entrepreneurship is so wonderful, as Jim was talking about, so many hands-on opportunities for students to learn. I've had the opportunity to sit in on a couple of the projects in the class, and it's always great to see the just incredible and surprising things that students can come up with within the semester. So I really appreciate you sharing that with us, Jim. Next up for you, we have some Farmer School of Business students to talk with you. I'd like to invite Maddie Kruger and Alex Davenport to come and speak with you a little bit. They will go ahead and introduce themselves and talk a little bit about their position on the Business Student Advisory Council. So welcome, Maddie and Alex.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for that, Allison. Again, my name is Maddie Kruger, and I am a senior here in the Farmer School of Business, which is crazy. The time really goes by as fast as they say it does. I'm currently in Oxford, but I'm from Dublin, Ohio. So it's good to be back in Oxford and hope to see you all here soon. I am majoring in finance, and then I'm minoring in business analytics and marketing. I just wrapped up an internship with West Monroe Partners, which is a consulting firm out of Chicago. And I was a customer experience consultant there, and I loved my time. And it was an opportunity that I got through the Farmer School of Business, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity. So as Allison mentioned, I am the president of the Business Student Advisory Council. So if you're wondering what that is, we also go by BSAC for short. And we serve as the liaison between the dean of the business school and the student body. So some of the things that we do as an organization is we do honor code, so integrity, responsibility, and respect, which you see on the pillars right when you walk into the farmer school. We put on Farmer Week, which is a celebration of all things farmer in the spring. We oversee all business organizations, so there's almost 50 currently, which is awesome to get involved in, and we'll talk about that in a second. We also do student-led initiatives, and we are really kind of the student government of the business school. And because I've been in your shoes before, I know what it feels like. It can be nerve-wracking. I'll go ahead and share my most embarrassing freshman year story. First week of school, and I was sitting in the silent library in Farmer, and I spilled my tin water bottle that was full of ice all over the table and had to make people leave as I cleaned it up. So it'll happen. You'll have an embarrassing story, and it's fun to look back and laugh on it now. I'll now turn it over to Alex Davenport, the vice president, and he will introduce himself.
Hi, everybody. As Maddie mentioned, my name is Alex Davenport. I'm the vice president of the Business Student Advisory Council she was telling you about. I'm a junior supply chain and marketing major with a minor in art and architecture history. I recently wrapped up an internship at Forge Line Wheels this summer, where I was an assembly technician making high performance racing and sports car wheels, which was really cool. I also did some workflow analysis for them. So that was a really excellent experience. Like Maddie said, the BSAC is a really great organization that acts as a liaison between the Dean Suite and its students. So shameless plug, we love our organization. It gives us a unique opportunity that people at other schools don't really get. So definitely check out our Instagram and our website as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. So on behalf of all students and business organizations, we want to welcome you all to the Farmer School of Business. We are so excited for you all to be here, and we, like I said, cannot wait for you to get back on campus and get to experience the farmer community in person, as we are a very tight-knit community and love to welcome in freshmen every year. While this semester obviously looks nothing like I'm sure you all had envisioned for college, we found last semester how to overcome the challenges of still remaining a close-knit community, even in a virtual remote world. So our business organizations remain strong. Business presidents, we meet on a regular basis now to learn how to stay relevant during these virtual times. So we're excited to start recruiting you guys and to get you involved in the Farmer School of Business. Our classes still remain challenging, and we still had opportunities that other students just don't get. So we overcame the challenges, and I'm sure we will this semester, and continue to build on what we learned from last semester.
Some cool things to look forward to this semester in the Farmer School of Business. First up, this next Monday, we have Meet the Business Organizations. So you should have access to a Google Sheet that has information on all the organizations. Definitely scroll through those, look at what looks interesting to you. and take the time to read through the descriptions or check them out on the hub so you can understand more a little bit about what they're about and how to get in contact with them. We also have Meet the Business fraternities. At the Farmer School of Business, we have 4 business fraternities. Essentially what they do is it's a way to network, get some professional development, and some philanthropic experience here at Farmer. But the Meet the Business fraternities is August 27th. They will also be at Meet the Business organizations, so check them out there, get some information about them, and then attend that business fraternity specific event on the 27th. We have Honor Code and Diversity Week here this fall, where we're going to have some events and possibly some speakers come in. Basically, it's a celebration of Farmers Honor Code, and we should have some virtual speakers outside of that as well. So our virtual speakers come from different companies. We've even had the CEO of Chipotle here. The CFO of FIS Global came last spring as well to speak to the Farmer School of Business. So those speaker events are some things that you'll really want to be at. And also, we're going to be welcoming our new Dean, Jenny Derrick, here this fall. It's really a unique opportunity to have a new dean and to see a new dean. And so it'll be really cool to get to welcome a new one this fall.
Thanks, Alex. You guys will be in the same start class as her, so that'll be exciting, and we look forward to welcoming her, hopefully in person here soon. So Dr. Friedman just went through some advice for you guys, and Alex and I went out and we talked to members in our business organization, we talked to our peers, and we talked to our friends, and we really wanted to hear advice that they would want to share with you guys. So we gathered it, compiled it, and here we are going to share it with you on how to be successful in FSB and how to do this, especially in a remote environment. So the first piece of advice that we got is to really invest in each other. So make friends and build relationships with one another. These are going to be your people that you go to when you get a job interview and you need help, or you're debating between 2 job offers or anything like that. These are going to be your network 30 years down the road when you need help with your career or anything like that. It's also really important to get to know upperclassmen. They are your biggest resource, and they will help you with your career search and classes and finding the right path for yourself in Farmer. And the best way to invest in each other is definitely to join a business organization. So like Alex said, on August 24th, Meet the Bjergs, you guys will be getting plenty of emails about it. Please attend and figure out what organization is right for you and your major and passion and everything like that. Alex?
Yeah, so going along with what Maddie just said, you need to get involved at the Farmer School of Business. We're in Miami, and the Farmer School of Business are unique in the way that we have a major emphasis on student organizations. It allows us to practice what we want to do in the real world, but also it allows us to engage in the interests that we all have that are all unique. In Farmer, we have 4 business fraternities, like I said earlier, as well as nearly 50 other student organizations that cover all different majors, interests, and areas of business. It's a great way to pursue your passions outside the classroom, and a great way to network as well.
Awesome. Our third piece of advice, and I know Dr. Friedman mentioned this, is to get to know your professors. It is so important that you get to know them. I know I would not have had a lot of the opportunities that I've had throughout my time here in Farmer if I wouldn't have gotten to know my professors. And I still talk to my freshman year professors. I have some of their phone numbers. They're so willing and wanting to help you succeed in Farmer and beyond. So get to know them. They will be your biggest cheerleaders throughout your time in FSB. And like I said, even beyond, it'll be great to reach out to them after you're out in the real world and working. And I know that obtaining a job or an internship might seem far away, but like I said, your time in Farmer will fly by. So start to build those relationships with your professors now. Vocalize what kind of work you want to do in the future, or talk to them to learn what you want to do. Because I know I didn't know what I wanted to do when I walked in, and I had professors who really helped me find my passion and where my interests lie throughout my career here. So attend office hours. I know that it can be a pain to do them in the middle of the day, but they are so worth it to build those relationships, and you'll find your professors are some really cool people and some great resources to have. So definitely get to know them early on and do that via virtual office hours this semester. Alex?
So going along with joining business organizations and things like that, my best advice I would say is take every opportunity that you have. In my own experience, I went from a 3-step process to the organization that I spend the most time in now. I joined BSAC, which I love, and I met people who pushed me to join a business fraternity, which I love. And I met people who then pushed me to do some things in the automotive world, which I love even more. So that 3-step process, I never thought I'd be spending this much time or find this thing that I love so much, but it came through joining that first organization. And you might not spend all your time in that first one you join, but it may lead you to the one that you eventually love.
Awesome. This next piece of advice, some of you need to hear it, some of you don't need to hear it, but it's really important to set boundaries. So don't push yourself too hard. Take breaks, take care of your mental health, and try to enjoy your college experience. The years will go by fast, so enjoy them. Know when to hang out with friends and when it's time to do that, and know when it's time to focus on schoolwork. So for example, if you're someone who doesn't like to work late into the night, set that boundary with your teammates and let them know that you want to cut the meeting off at 10 or 11. And just really take care of yourself, especially this semester, and focus on those mental health breaks. But on the flip side, know that you're here to get an education, and that should be your top priority. But take advantage of the full college experience while you're here and get to know everyone and set those boundaries as needed.
Also in the Farmer School of Business, you'll be working in a lot of different teams. From day one, you'll be put in teams on different projects, and in your first 2 semesters, you'll be in the first year integrated core. So you're going to be working with a team right off the bat, and it's something that you'll see over and over and over again, not only through your educational experience at Farmer, but through those business orgs we talked about, and when you go out into the workforce. So you're going to get immediate practice with it, but also learn to love it.
Awesome. Our next piece of advice is to be nimble, especially in today's virtual world. Employers will look for this, your professors will look for this. Be flexible and be able to pivot from one task to the next. This is especially important in projects or making last minute updates to a presentation and working with groups. You just have to be easy to work with and adapt, which kind of goes along with teamwork. And really be scrappy throughout your 4 years here and take advantage of everything that comes your way.
Another kind of buzzword you'll hear in Farmer is your personal brand. So what that means, it's basically who you are. Be authentic to yourself, understand your personal brand, and be true to it. People like genuine people. Your professors, other students, and employers will enjoy knowing that you are your genuine self, and there's plenty of ways to do that in Farmer. There's plenty of people who you can connect with who will help you build your personal brand, and over the 4 years, you'll watch it develop, and it's important to stay true to it.
Awesome. So I know coming in as a freshman, I was so nervous and intimidated. Farmer can feel very overwhelming at first, but I've realized that there's absolutely no reason to be nervous or intimidated. Like I said earlier, everyone here is really your biggest supporter. And I know I've had a couple of questions from you guys about the worrying about the competition and constant stress. And I can honestly say that we are such a supportive group of students. And so if it's your turn to get that opportunity, your friends will be happy for you, your peers will be happy for you, and when it's their turn, you'll do the same thing for them. So don't be intimidated. Interview for organizations. We know that you guys have never interviewed before, and we want to help mold you as a professional. Ask questions of upperclassmen. Like I said earlier, they will be your biggest and best resource, so get to know them. And just remember that everyone's on their own path and journey throughout Farmer. So don't compare yourself to others. Just know that you're on your own, and everyone's path looks a little bit different, but you'll all be successful in the end.
And our final bit of advice is just enjoy college. You know, it's a really unique 4 years of your life, and it's supposed to be some of the best 4 years of your life. So we talk about pushing yourself and being nimble and joining all these things and working hard and getting good grades. But it's really important to take the time to enjoy these unique 4 years of your life. And it's definitely something that flies by. So take me and Maddie's advice on this one and just savor every moment you have here at Farmer.
Awesome. So those are the 10 pieces of advice that we have for you guys. Please reach out to Alex or myself if you have any questions at all. You can just type our name into the email line and it'll pop up. But yeah, please reach out. We are here to help you. That is our job, and we want to make you guys feel welcomed even in this virtual environment. And 2 last pieces of advice would be, first, to follow the Farmer Instagram. That is how we are staying connected, even though we are all over the country right now. So follow that. Look for updates on that, especially when it comes to Meet the Bjorgs and Meet the Business fraternities. And read all emails. You'll be getting emails about Meet the Bjorgs, and that will be important that you really take the time to go through those and understand those and how that's going to run. So again, reach out with any questions. We are so excited to see you all, and we cannot wait to welcome you to Oxford and in the Farmer School of Business, hopefully here soon. So thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Maddie and Alex, for sharing that great advice from you and other BSEC members, as well as giving some personal hints on ways to be successful this semester. So those were the members of the FSB community that we had to come and speak with you today to welcome you to the Farmers School of Business. I know on the academic advising side of the house, we are incredibly excited to see you here. We've been working with you all summer on questions and orientation, and now it's time to start your classes and start the semester and start the beginning of your college experience. So we are incredibly happy to have you and are more than willing to help in any way that we can. So from all of us in the Farmers School of Business, welcome. Again, we can't wait to see you here very soon. As Maddie said, I would recommend following the social media pages for the Farmers School of Business, the Instagram account, the Twitter account, and the Facebook account. Those are going to be super helpful. We'll be posting some more Welcome Week information, not only next week, but different things about events coming up and all that type of thing. So those are going to be great information pieces for you to have. So, well, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate your participation and welcome class of 2024. Thank you very much.